So hey guys, I'm sure you've heard about the new NewJeans situation with them renaming themselves NJZ, and I just wanted to make a quick video talking about it because this new situation, I think as it's been evolving, we can all agree on one thing that one, this has been going on for like way too long at this point, and two, kind of getting worried about things that are going on with them. Because they are debuting and going to be releasing a new song in March, and they're still like fighting a legal battle with Cube, which I don't know about how smart it is to go forward this quickly with their plans, but that's what they're doing. No, I'm very pro NewJeans. I think everybody should support them. I think we all should support them. But I've seen very different opinions online, especially if you like look on Reddit. But I don't know. What do you guys think about the NewJeans situation? I have some clips here that we're gonna go over. So we're gonna talk about things and just check out everything that's going on. So go ahead and roll the clip.
Been quite frightening for us is that even everything that we've been through, they are still they are still interfering with a lot of our work. Yeah, Dora is still interfering with a lot of our work. They have already filed two lawsuits against us, and they've actually also filed for an injunction, which is, yeah, very much interfering with the plans that we have for our future.
Yeah, and as you guys can see there, they saying it with such a positive voice, which I find kind of hilarious. But yeah, they've already gotten two lawsuits and an injunction. So yeah, they're gonna have a lot on their plate. And how Danny says there that they're interfering with our plans, she kind of just says it like, yeah, they're still interfering, but I imagine that a lot of their focus does have to go into that, which is why I just don't understand why they are going so far ahead. I mean, from everything you see and everything that they said, you would think they would take a second to deal with all this because I don't know, like the stress of having to deal with these lawsuits and the injunction and also releasing a new song, doing all that. I don't know what kind of team they have, but that would be a lot for any team to deal with at once. So, yeah, it's not looking very good for them. But I have high hopes that they will be able to make through this. It's just, you know, when people, I've seen things that people said online where they might be a little bit in over their heads. And while I'm someone who does massively support NewJeans and everything that they do, I'm starting to question if they might be a little bit over their heads themselves. And that's not even me trying to talk trash. That's more me just being genuinely concerned. It does seem like a lot. But anyway, moving on to the next clip.
March, and is this going to somehow damage your branding? I know that you came up with a new name, but NewJeans feels very different, having watched all these illegal headlines.
Yeah, well, I think our goal for this year, and one of our main reasons we wanted to come back and start promoting and releasing music as quickly as possible, is because we want to reshift the focus back onto our job and what we should be kind of coming out into the media. So that was our main goal. And honestly, we have done nothing wrong. So we're not afraid of anything at the moment. I think we're more excited to kind of see what the future holds.
And as you guys can see from that clip there, with Honey talking, I think she kind of gives away why they're doing all they're doing. Like how I said before, I don't really understand why they're moving ahead so quickly. And I think the reason now, after hearing what she has to say, is that they're doing it to because they're afraid of not being relevant, right? Which in this day and age is very understandable because if you go away for too long, if you're not headlining things right, there's a good chance that you won't, be as relevant. Now, the thing is, I think that's a bit desperate. Not even desperate, but you really shouldn't be that worried, especially with NewJeans, because they've been absolutely everywhere. But it just sounds like, from the way they're talking, that they want to be out there, have their name out there, and they just want to be back to business as usual, right? Even though there is all the lawsuits and stuff going on. That's why they're planning to release a song in March. But I do think it does come with its own set of problems, but I think I've voiced my concern when it comes to that. I don't know, this is just very interesting. I thought that NewJeans was going to disband and maybe stay together and find another company, and I guess that's what they ended up doing. But I just never would have imagined they would have came back this quick. And it really makes me wonder, like I said earlier, if they're in over their head or not. Just knowing their strategy now, where they just want to make sure to get back out there. Honestly, I hope everything goes well for them and the lawsuits get settled. I think it's going to be highly likely that they are going to have to give Cube some amount of money, but I do believe the court date is also in March to start all this. So finally, after months and months of this NewJeans situation going on, in March we should have some answers. But for now, it's NJZ and they're going strong. No matter what everyone said, everybody said this was a bad idea, everything, it's going to be terrible, they have no idea what they're doing. But hey, look, now they're rebranded NJZ and they're back in the news, and they're going to have, I guess, a projected date for a new song. Now, I imagine that song is going to be very different because they're under a new label. We'll see, though. But I don't know. There's been a lot of people who just thought they were going to disappear off the map, and looks like that's not the case. So I would take this as a good thing for now, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens with them going forward. Now, one more thing we're going to do before I go ahead and end this video is I'm going to take to Reddit, and we're going to look over what other people have to think about this. Hey guys, now we're on Reddit to look at some stuff regarding NewJeans. I found a post. Now, this is K-pop uncensored, which means people are going to have very strong opinions on here. They always do, but that's precisely why I'm on here, because this shows how people really feel, and they're not censoring themselves for, the larger subreddits. But yep, and they see looks like you done it, NJZ here. We're going to go over some complaints that people have and just overall thoughts that people have. So the first one, which is IDKY, this concept is giving aespa. Now, I kind of understand this a little bit. The first person down here, which is actually the poster, says that I can definitely see what you mean, especially during the supernova era. And if we look at it right here, I pulled something up real quick. Oh, sorry, it's a bit out of view here. Let me get into view. But so we have this, which if you look at just the way they look, and you can see like a few other pictures here as well, and you combine this, or not combine it, but you just look at it and then you look at NewJeans right here, I can kind of see it, like look at them, look at that. It does look similar. I don't really know if this is a valid complaint because I feel like it's different enough. I think people were also talking about the font too. Now, I was having a harder time finding something for the font, but if we go over here, you see this font? it does kind of look similar, and maybe this font too. But I don't know. It's definitely different, you know. But I don't know. That's just something people's been saying. Personally, I just think it's too different. But I do kind of agree that it looks similar. Now, I don't really think they would be intentionally trying to mimic ASPA, but I mean, I think it's a pretty common thing. Um, so if we head down, the font is giving very Savage era. Oh no, I didn't look at Savage era, but I mean it could. But font use seriously made me think of ASPA. Can't they use something else? Yeah. Y'all are fucking nuts. The font is popular, and I've seen it used multiple times. You know, this guy probably is not far off, but who knows? You can probably debate this till the end of the day. And there's a lot of K-pop groups that are known for just copying stuff, so I don't really know if it's the artists who are to shame for that or not, but oh, okay. Here's a good one. Are they dumb? It doesn't matter what they rename themselves, they are under contract and can't break off unless Hybe accepts it. Not to mention they won't be able to do their past works, either have to purchase the rights back or have to create new hits. If they manage to break off during their current contract, you have to be a spoiled brat to go through with this farce. This is kind of funny. Part of their check will be going to Adore damages indefinitely. Now, I don't know about all that, but I think this person does have a good point, but at the same time, do you really need to start with Are They Dumb? I guess it's K-pop uncensored, but I don't think all that's necessary. Now, I don't know if they'd get out of this without giving some money to Hybe, but yeah, good points too, because the thing is they're probably not going to be able to perform their past songs. I think that's what people don't realize, unless they can work out some deal. But I mean, it's just NewJeans. Like, I'm sure they have a decent amount of money, but they don't have as much money as like a multi-million-dollar company would have, right? Just between them. So being able to buy their songs back, the rights, I don't know if they'd be able to do it. And hey, maybe maybe NewJeans has some master plan, has some master company like backing them or something that we don't know about. And they very well could, but from the way it looks right now, at the very least, they won't be able to make their new songs, or not make their new songs. They won't be able to buy back their songs, and they won't have the rights, and then they're just gonna have to be a completely new group and make completely new songs, which could be a problem. Because I think it's just kind of scary, right? Because they could make new songs, they could get the rights back to their old songs, but if they don't get the rights back to their old songs, then they have to make really good music so they can own it. And I don't know, that idea is pretty scary. And on top of that, if they manage to break off from their current contract, true. Because like we discussed earlier with the lawsuits and the injunction and everything they have being thrown their way, I just don't know how coming out with a song is going to help them. I know they want to show face and stuff like that so they don't drop off, but I don't know. I think this person has some really good points. Now, I think we could remove, all the negative comments, because I think obviously this person is just against them, right? But that's how some people are. Yeah, okay. IK, if it's a PR battle, I feel like Hype and Adore are just being a bit passive. Yeah. Oh yeah, this guy. They're not being passive. They're lawyering up to sue the shit out of them the second they drop a song. Put this in court. You need concrete proof. Yeah. So this person's saying you need concrete proof to win court case, and Hype is just gonna wait for them to release a song and then sue the shit out of them, which I think they might actually be able to do. I don't really know what NewJeans is doing, to be completely honest. I have full faith in them, and I hope that they have some plan going forward, but it just feels a bit rushed. But I would say overall, this is the opinions that people have been having online, and I think a lot of it does make sense. But I think what people fail to realize here, especially with the guy up here, like the "are they dumb" and you really have to be a spoiled brat to do this. I think what they're realizing or not realizing is how Honey said how they never really did anything wrong, so they're not exactly scared. Now, I'm afraid when they do release a song while they're still under contract with Hybe, that could constitute as them fucking up, but hopefully they don't. But I think the thing that people don't realize is we don't have all the details, and I'm pretty sure they know way more than we do. I mean, of course they know way more than we do, but I think there's things that we don't know, and there's a lot of things kept private, and my thought process is they would not release a song just out of the blue like this, knowing that it's going to get them completely screwed over in court. I know they're young, but even if they are young, like, they just can't be that stupid. So, but obviously these people here, they're just not really yeah. They're just not really on NewJeans' side, which is fine, but I don't blame people for having this opinion, but I just hope that they have some kind of plan, because I mean, when you do look at it, it does look like they're kind of being dumb, but we'll see what they do. So yeah, that was pretty much the whole situation with NewJeans. Very shocking that they're going to be releasing another song. I think they have a court date coming up as well. So we'll just see. Like I said earlier, we'll have our answers next month. So hopefully when March does come, actually something does happens with this situation, because I just want this all to be over and for them to just hopefully beat out the bigger corporation. But yeah, that's probably about it for me. Tell me what you think about the NewJeans situation, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.